Actually, this is the simple chapter, polynomial, but we can expect at least 6-mark question we can accept this chapter. At least 6-mark questions we can accept from this chapter. Very simple on polynomial relationship between the zeros and the polynomial, and how to find the degree, and how to find the degree, and the parabola shape of the parabola, opening upward, opening downward. Only this type of the questions will come for this exam. Maximum 6-mark questions, 6 or 7-mark question they will ask from this chapter, polynomial. So because we all studied this chapter in the 9th standards, continuation is all in the 10th standard. So we can just go to the chapter polynomial. No need to write the note because I think already all of them, most of them have this note like polynomial. Okay. Maths, we are dividing the maths as geometry. Geometry ആണ് നമ്മൾ ഇതൊക്കെ എടുക്കുന്നത് അല്ലെ, സർക്കിൾസ്, റെക്ടാംഗിൾസ്, സ്ക്വയേഴ്സ് ഒക്കെ നമ്മൾ ഇതിനെ പറ്റിയിട്ടൊക്കെ we discussing these all things in geometry. And the next about the algebra. Algebra is actually very simply we can say that when we add maths and English, we will get polynomial algebra. At least we will get the algebra. Okay, the use of the algebra is to make different formulas. If length and breadth is given, you can find area is equal to length and breadth. And in physics also, S is equal to UT plus half AT square. That's all. Everything is in the algebra actually. That's all. Everything is algebra. So why to use, and there's a wide use for this term algebra. Algebra വരുന്ന ഒരു portion ആണ് the portion polynomial. അതിൽ വരുന്ന ഒരു part ആണ്. Algebra വരുന്ന part ആണ് polynomial എന്നുള്ളത്. So if someone is asking Sarah, why we want to study polynomial, what will be the reply? I know your reply is we want to get mark in maths. That's why. അല്ലാതെ എന്ത് റിപ്ലൈ പറയാൻ പറ്റും?
So we can find the side, base, and the breadth and length of the shapes.
അല്ല, ഞാൻ ചോദിക്കുന്നതല്ല, സിമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് ഗായ അല്ലേ, ഗയ വാട്ട്സ് നെയിം? അത് ഗയ എസ്കേപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് പോയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഗയ അനിയനാണ് വന്നപ്പോ റൂമിലേക്ക്. ഓക്കെ, മൈ ബ്രദർ കേം. അപ്പൊ എല്ലാ പ്രശ്നമില്ല, ഓടിക്കണ്ട. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു ഓടിക്കണ്ടെന്നാ പറഞ്ഞു. വന്നോട്ടെ, കുട്ടികൾ വന്നോട്ടെ. നല്ല കാര്യമല്ലേ, കസിൻസും ലിസ്റ്റൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാവുന്നതിന് പായിപ്പിക്കേണ്ട ടെൻഷൻ അടിച്ചു പോകരുത്. ഇവരുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ ഓൺലൈൻ ക്ലാസ് കയറുണ്ടാവില്ല കേട്ടോ. അതൊന്നും ഞാൻ പായിപ്പിച്ചു വിടുന്നു വേണ്ട, വന്നു പോയിക്കോട്ടെ അവരൊക്കെ. അപ്പൊ സിംപ്ലി why we want to study polynomial? Nathan, you are there? Nathan?
Yes.
Nathan, if someone is asking why we want to study polynomial, what will be your reply? Actually, what is the use of the polynomial in our daily life? I think Arsha will say. Arsha?
സാറിന്റെ ഹെഡ്സെറ്റ് ചെറിയൊരു പ്രശ്നം സാർ, എനിക്ക് ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്ക് കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല സാർ.
Just remove the headset.
ഞാൻ ഡിസ്കണക്ട് ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്.
Okay. She escaped. Tamim പറഞ്ഞേ, why we want to study polynomial? എന്താ യൂസ് എന്തായിരിക്കും? സിമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് എന്താ യൂസ് പറയാൻ പറ്റുക?
ഹലോ.
Yeah, now Arsha, okay. Come on, Arsha. Question is very simple. Why we want to study polynomial? What is the daily life use of the studying the polynomial? Where we apply the term where we apply this knowledge, polynomial. നമുക്ക് എന്തായാലും we can't use in the supermarket. That's absolutely true. Very simply, we can say that to express a big mathematical problem or big mathematical statement in a small way. ഒരു big mathematical problem നമുക്ക് small ആയിട്ട് we can express this one. Suppose the age of the father. We don't know the age of the, suppose this is father. Suppose only we can say because that is very much. This is the father. Okay, father, and this is son like that. Age of the father is y and age of the son is x. The relationship between the age of the father and age of the son is equal to age of the father is 20 more than age of the son. So we can express this as y is equal to x plus 20. So y is equal to x plus 20 is നമ്മുടെ വലിയൊരു big statement ആണ് പറയുന്നത്. Age of the father is 20 more than age of the son എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So to express this type of the mathematical statement, or s is equal to ut plus half at square. Think s equal to ut plus half at square. Neither will be using this one. S is equal to ut plus half at square. What is u? What is a? U is
Initial
initial
velocity.
velocity, and
T
a
is
is
time. T is
acceleration.
time. A is acceleration.
And s is the
Acceleration.
distance. So you look a ut plus half at square. Now you can give any value for u, any value for t, any value for a. Okay, as a, any not we can give any value for a, but these all are the variables. So this is the purpose. Actually, this is the purpose of the studying the polynomial, to create algebra, to create different types of formula, or to express a big mathematical statement in the small way. Express ചെയ്യാനാണ്. അപ്പോൾ if someone is asking what is algebra എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, your reply must be like this way. Algebra is sorry polynomial. Someone is asking what is the polynomial എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ഗയ എന്താ പറയാ? ഗയ polynomial എന്ന് എന്താ പറയാ? ഗയ ക്യാമറ ഓഫ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇതിലല്ലേ Gaya, if someone is asking what is polynomial, your answer must be like this way. It's an algebraic expression. Okay. Polynomial is an algebraic expression. No need write. Polynomial is an algebraic expression. Powers of the variables are powers of the variable. We using the different variable. Powers of the variables are all numbers. So suppose p of x, p for the polynomial, x is the what is the variable we are using this part. P of x is equal to x square plus 2x plus 3. Okay, in x square plus 2x plus 3, look, this is the variable. This red color is the variable. Okay, x is the variable. And this 2 and 3, the 2 and 3 values are always equal. So we can say that the 2 and 3 are known as the constant. And this x is the, obviously, x is known as the variable here. So the specialty of the variable is the variable can take any value. That's why it is known as the variable. Guy, എൻ്റെ കുറേ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് നിങ്ങളെ എയർപോർട്ട് സ്കൂളുണ്ട്. ഞാൻ ഇപ്പൊ പേര് എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മ കിട്ടുന്നില്ല. കുറെ കാലമായി പഠിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങിയിട്ട് അവിടെ കുണ്ടോട്ടി എയർപോർട്ട് സ്കൂളിൽ. ഇപ്പം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആരാ? മിസ് ആരാ? മെർലിനാ? മിസ് മെർലിൻ? ആ പ്ലസ് 1 9th ആക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും അല്ലേ മെർലിൻ പഠിക്കണം? പ്ലസ് 2 ഹാൻഡിൽ. ഞാനവിടെ ഒരുപാട് സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് ഉണ്ട് അവിടെ. Okay, so this is known as the definition of the polynomial. Polynomial is an algebraic expression. Powers of the variables are all numbers. Look here, and you want to say which are the polynomials, which are not the polynomial. Tamime, you want to say, because you requested this chapter. Look, p of x is equal to 6x plus 3. What is the power of the variable here? X. Okay, 6x means, what is the meaning of the 6x? 6x means 6 into x. So only one x we are using. The power of the x is 1. Okay, this is the power of the x. 1 is obviously 1 is whole number. Which are the whole numbers? Whole numbers are which are the whole numbers? Whole numbers are Zara. Whole numbers starting with
1.
No.
Oh, 0.
0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. So this is a polynomial. Look the next question. P of x is equal to 6x raised to negative 4 plus 7x square plus 3. Aksha, is it a polynomial? Allah. And the reason it's not a polynomial. What will be the reason? Because the power of the x is here negative 4. Okay, the power of the x is equal to negative 4. Negative 4 is not a whole number. That's the reason. Look the question. P of x is equal to P of x. P of x is equal to Gayatri. Sorry. What's your name? Gaya. Gaya. Gaya na Gaya na?
Gaya.
Gaya. Okay, Gaya. Okay, Gaya. Root of 2x plus 4. Is it a polynomial or not?
No.
Why?
Root 2x.
This actually we are saying that's root of 2x. We are saying that root of 2x. Root of 2x means this root is coming, right? Root of 2x and this root of 2x means root of 2 into root x. That is root 2 is root 2 itself. X means x raised to 1 by 2. X means x raised to 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is not a whole number, so it's not a polynomial. Approach confusion question. Once again, okay, p of x is equal to root of 2x plus 3 is not a polynomial, but p of x is equal to root 2, then x outside plus 3 is a polynomial. The reason is the first one, root 2x, this is actually the x is going inside the root. Root x means x raised to 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is not a whole number. In second, it's not a matter. Second, root 2x means root 2 into x. The power of the x is equal to 1. So that's why it's a polynomial. This is the main difference in the top. So this is the main difference. Okay, root 2x plus 3 in the root of x. So what number? Polynomial. What is the polynomial? And the varia. Ishan Anugnale Varna. അവിടെ സ്പെല്ലിംഗ് തെറ്റായിട്ട് കാണിക്കുന്നതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ തെറ്റി പറയുന്നത്.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ishan Anu. Yes, sir.
ഇഷാൻ എന്നല്ല പറഞ്ഞ, അല്ല ഇഷാൻ എന്നല്ല പറഞ്ഞ. ഓക്കെ,
Yes, sir.
അപ്പൊ
Ishan Anu. Yes, sir.
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ. സോ polynomial എന്താ പറയാ? Polynomial is an algebraic expression which powers of the variables are all numbers. The powers of the variables are all number. Next, we want to study the degree of the polynomial. Degree of the polynomial നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയുന്നുണ്ട്. I think you know what is the degree of the polynomial. Nathan, what is the degree? Nathan, what is the degree of the polynomial?
Highest power of the polynomial.
The highest power of the Akna, highest power of the എന്താണ് highest power of the എന്താണ് എന്താ എല്ലാവരും ഒരേ ആൻസർ വേണം. highest power of the variable അല്ലെ? highest power of the variable in that polynomial is known as the degree of the polynomial. So the first question, p of x is equal to 6x plus 3. അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, നിങ്ങളോട് പറഞ്ഞു, the English letter is known as the alphabet is the variable. So here nothing is written on the top of the x, so it is 1. So we can say that the its degree is equal to 1. Look at the second question. P of x is equal to 6x square plus 7x plus 8. So x is the variable, x here and here also. And the highest power, this is the highest power 2 1. So we can say that the degree is 2. Okay. And look at the third question. P of x is equal to 10x cube plus 9. What's the variable? So this is the variable. This x cube is the variable. So we can say that the degree is 3. This the degree is 3. And P of x is equal to Rylon. Rylon, here the Rylon. Camera. 10. Only 10. നമുക്ക് അതിന്റെ കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ ആണ്, is it a polynomial or not? Avantika, is it a polynomial? Avantika, Arsha,
Yes, sir.
is it a polynomial? Only 10.
No.
ആണ് കേട്ടോ, polynomial ആണ്. ഞാൻ ചോദിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഉറപ്പായിക്കൂടെ, ഞാൻ ഇത് റീസൺ വായിക്കുന്നുള്ളത് is a polynomial because 10 you can return the form 10 into 1. Actually 1 means anything raised to 0 is 1. So we can write 10x raised to 0. 10x raised to 0. സമീമേ, എന്ത് സംഭവം ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ എഴുതണം 10 into ഈ കാറ്റിന്റെ ഫോട്ടോ വരച്ചിട്ട് നമ്മൾ എഴുതാറുണ്ട്. കാറ്റൊന്നും ആയിട്ടില്ല, എന്നാൽ പോലും റേസ് ടു 0 പറഞ്ഞാലും ഇതിന് ആൻസർ എന്താ വരിക? 10 തന്നെ വരുള്ളൂ. ബിക്കോസ് എനിത്തിങ് റേസ് ടു 0 is 1. Anything raised to 0 is 1. Okay, anything raised to 0 is 1. So we can say that x raised to 0 is 1. So this is x raised to 0. X raised to 0 is 1. So we can say that 10 you can return as form 10 into 1. 10 into 1 is equal to 10 x raised to 0. Now what is the degree? What is the degree? X raised to 0 അല്ലേ? പക്ഷെ എന്താ വരിക? ഡിഗ്രി എന്താ വരിക? ഡിഗ്രി will be Asha?
Sir, 0.
Yes, 0. Degree is 0. So remember, degree of the constant, examiner. So board exam question. Degree of the constant polynomial is. What is the degree of the constant polynomial? Degree of the constant polynomial. എന്താ വരിക ഇഷാൻ? Degree of the constant polynomial is 0. Okay.
0, sir.
And
0.
yeah. Yes. What is the reason? For example, 100. We wrote 100. Okay. 100 you can return the form 100 into 1. 100 into 1 is 100. But this one you can write. This one you can write. This one. This one you can write. 1 is actually x raised to 0, y raised to 0. What it will be? Anything raised to 0. So the degree of the constant polynomial is equal to 0. The next is, this is known as the constant polynomial. Next is the zero polynomial. Okay, degree of the zero polynomial. Zara, എന്തായിരിക്കും answer?
Sir, 1.
We can check degree of the zero polynomial. Zero polynomial means just put a 0. That is enough. Zero polynomial means just put a 0. That is enough. Avantika കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ. Avantika, you are there? Akna?
Yes, sir.
0. Just put a 0. Look, 0 into x raised to 0. What it will be 0 എന്നുള്ളത് അത്രയും പവർഫുൾ ആണ് അല്ലേ? 0 into something is equal to 0. So 0. Or if you want, you can write 0 into y raised to 10. Or 0 into t raised to 100. Or you can write 0 into x raised to 1000. What it will be? Answer is 0. Okay. So when we are considering the degree, if you are considering from the degree from here, you can write it as a 0. If you're considering degree from here, you can say the degree is 10. And if you're considering degree from here, you can say that degree is 100. If you're considering degree from here, you can say that degree is 1000 actually. So degree of the zero polynomial is 0 polynomial degree is not defined. Remember, degree of the zero polynomial is not defined. Degree of the zero polynomial is not defined. കാരണം 0 എന്നുള്ളത് such a powerful ആണ്. 0 into anything is 0. 0 into x raised to 100 is 0. 0 into x raised to 10 is 0. 0 into x raised to 0 is 0. What it would be? The answer is 0. So the degree of the zero polynomial is 0. Asha എവിടെ പോയി? Asha?
Yes, sir.
Asha എന്താ പറയുന്നത്? എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായില്ല. അതായത് ക്ലാസ് ഫ്രണ്ടിലേക്ക് വെക്കാനാണോ ബാക്കിലേക്ക്? അതായത് ഇപ്പൊ ഇന്ത്യൻ ടൈം 8:30. അത് ഫ്രണ്ടിലേക്ക് വലിച്ച് 7 o'clock ആക്കാനാണോ അതോ 9:30 10 o'clock അങ്ങോട്ട് വലിക്കണം? എന്താ പറയുന്നത്? എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായില്ല.
Sir, നേരത്തെ വെക്കുന്നതായിരിക്കും കുറച്ച് നല്ലത്. സർ സമയം മാറ്റും കാരണം ഈ ടൈമിൽ എനിക്ക് ലൈവ് ക്ലാസ് ഉള്ളത് അതുകൊണ്ട് സർ.
Okay. So degree of the zero polynomial is not defined. Degree of the zero polynomial is not defined. And remember, degree of the constant polynomial is 0, and degree of the zero polynomial is not defined. And the next is classification of the polynomial. Okay, so look at the first question. The first question is not the first question. Look here. P of x is equal to 6x plus 3. 6x plus 3. Only we are using this variable. Only here we are using the variable x. So, and the power of the x is 1. So we can say that the degree is 1. Degree of the polynomial is known as 1. This type of the polynomial is known as, if degree is 1, this type of the polynomial is known as linear polynomial. This is known as the linear polynomial. Look the first four letter IN. So if you plot it on a graph paper plot if you plot it on a graph paper, definitely you will get a straight line. You will get a straight line. That's why the shape of the linear polynomial is straight line. This is the shape of the linear polynomial graph plot here. Just to plot it on a graph paper, you will get a straight line. The shape of the linear polynomial is straight line, and the general form of the linear polynomial, this is the general form of the linear polynomial, P of x, the general form is ax plus b where a not equal to 0. What happens if a is equal to 0? If a is equal to 0, 0x, then it's not a linear polynomial. Degree on the so it is known as this is the general form of the linear polynomial, ax plus b. Okay, here this x is the variable, x we can consider as a variable, and this a and b, we can consider as constant. Okay, this in place of a 6, in place of b 3. So a and b are constant and x is the variable, p of x. അങ്ങനെ വെച്ചാൽ ഇഷാൻ ഇതെങ്ങനെ എഴുതാൻ പറ്റും നമുക്ക് p of y. What is the general formula of p? Just to explain, ax plus b ക്ക് പകരം p of x equal to ax plus b. So p of y എങ്ങനെ എഴുതാൻ പറ്റും?
ay plus b.
Very good. py is equal to ay plus b. Just a variable നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യുന്നു, ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നു മാത്രമല്ലേ. So this is the shape of the graph. The shape of the graph is equal to straight line and ax plus b, and the zeros of the polynomial is also that they're saying that minus a minus b by a. ചോദിക്കാൻ chance ഇല്ല കേട്ടോ. So this is the shape of the graph. If the degree is 1, it is known as linear polynomial, and the shape of the graph is equal to straight line. The next is, if the degree is 2, if degree is 2, it is known as, what is the name of the polynomial? Degree 2 ആണെങ്കിൽ
Quadratic polynomial.
Yeah, if degree is 2, we can say that it's known as the quadratic polynomial. It is known as quadratic polynomial. Degree is 2, we can say that it is quadratic polynomial. And the quadratic polynomial general formula is the p of x is equal to, you can write like this way, ax square plus bx plus c. Don't write equal to 0, then it will be quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Where a not equal to 0. For example, you can write like this way, p of x is equal to 7x square minus 11x plus 8. 7x square minus 11x plus 8. When we are comparing, we'll get this, the value of the a is 7, and value of the b is minus 11, and value of the c is actually equal to 8. Suppose if you're comparing this with the p of x is equal to minus x square minus x plus 7, then what will be the value of a, b, and c? How? Just we need to compare this with the p of x. We need to compare with the ax square plus bx plus c. So what will be the value of a? Obviously, a is the in front of the x square, nothing, and b also in front of the x, and c is the constant. So you can write like this way: a is equal to Zara. A is equal to what?
-1.
Yeah, a is equal to -1. And what about b?
-1.
Zero. A is equal to minus. Yeah, a is equal to 1. A is equal to -1. B is equal to -1, and z is equal to 7. This is the value of a, b, and c. This is the value of a, b,
Sir,
and
b വന്നോളൂ.
അല്ല, there's a minus ഇല്ലേ ഇവിടെ? Look here.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a negative is there. That's why b is -1. 1 second. So this is the value of a, b, and c. So this is not a degree is 2, it is known as the quadratic polynomial, and the shape of the graph is, maybe this way, or upward or downward. Actually, എല്ലാ വേർഡും വരുന്നുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ. We consider upward or downward. The question is, this shape is known as, what is the shape of the graph? എന്താണ് പറയാ ഇഹാൻ അനൂപൻ, what is the shape of the graph? Parabola. Yes?
Parabola.
Parabola. In here, if it is opening upward, it can, in ax square plus bx plus c, this a is greater than 0. Okay? If it is downward, a is less than 0. Markettulla karyam. If it is opening, the opening ആണ് വരുന്നെങ്കിൽ, if the shape of the graph is equal to opening upward, parabola is opening to upward ആണെങ്കിൽ, it can accept element, it can hold, so it is known as the a greater than 0. Here it is a greater than 0. The a is greater than 0. If it is opening upward ആണ്, അപ്പം മേലേക്ക് ഓപ്പൺ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുകയാണ്. If it is downward ആണെങ്കിൽ a is less than 0. The shape of the graph is also known as the parabola, and the degree is 2. We will get 2 value for the x. Gaya, you escaped? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Akna, Railon, Arsha, Avantika, Ishan.
Yes, sir.
Ishan?
Yes, sir.
So degree is 2, it is known as the quadratic polynomial. Next, if the degree is 3, it is known as the cubic polynomial. Actually, CBSE.
Sir, can you go back, sir, please?
Finish, Nathan?
Sir, for what polynomial did you take a is equal to -1, b equal to -1, c equal to 7? Which polynomial?
Quadratic polynomial.
Sir, which one?
This one, last one. No, just to compare this, what is a, what is b, and what is c. Do like this way. Actually, that is ax square plus b, this one.
Sir, I didn't get it.
Look, the polynomial is minus x square minus x plus 7. This is the polynomial. This is the polynomial. Okay? I just asked, what is, if you are comparing this with the general formula of this polynomial, ax square plus bx plus c. Look here, Nathan. Nathan, this is the general formula of the quadratic polynomial. General formula means some, for example, we know that four wheel and one steering, the four wheeler, the jeep, car, auto, it would be four wheeler. So the same way, this is the general formula of the quadratic polynomial, ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general formula of the quadratic polynomial. Okay? Quadratic polynomial, general.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it? Okay. I just asked her, if you're comparing this polynomial with this ax square plus bx plus c with this one, minus x square minus x plus 7, what is the value of a, what is the value of b, and what is the value of c? Just for asking. Look here, in ax square means, actually ax square means a into x square. Okay? And minus x square means minus 1 into x square. So when we are comparing, we will get this x square is x square equal, and this obviously this a is equal to what? Minus 1. Now it's clear?
Yeah, sir.
Okay. The meaning of the bx is b into x. When we compare this, minus x means minus 1 into x. Obviously, the value of the b is equal to minus 1. And the last one is the c. C is the constant. No doubt c is equal to 7. So linear, quadratic, and cubic. The last one is the cubic. The cubic. CBSE actually this remove this from this syllabus. Cubic. The general formula of the cubical polynomial is ax cube. Okay, there must be a cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. This is the general form of the cubical polynomial. X cube is the highest power is 3. Highest power of the variable is 3. So the degree is 3 is the cubic polynomial. And the shape of the graph, they will never ask what will be the shape of the graph. Shape of the graph will be the cubical curve. The shape of the graph is equal to cubical curve. Shape of cubical curve. They will not ask x k plus bx plus cx plus d. Actually, quadratic polynomial is important.
So this is deleted, right?
Yeah, the cubic polynomial is deleted. So look here. Polynomial introduction part. It is actually linear, quadratic, and cubic. And find the value of the k. Geometric meaning of the zeros of the polynomial value. Only actually. If it is opening upward, a is look. If it is opening downward, a less than 0. If it is opening upward, a greater than 0. X square plus bx plus c. And the next will be the 0 of the polynomial. Okay. I'll explain what will be the 0 of the polynomial. That's the important one. 0 of the polynomial. Look here. What do you mean by the zeros of the polynomial? We can take a polynomial p of x. P of x is equal to x minus 3. Okay, p of x equal to x. Tamim, Nathan, Ashwan, Vailon, Gaya, Avantika, Ishan, you're all of the.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Yeah. P of x equal to x plus 3. Actually, in 9th standard, we study how to find the value of the polynomial. So suppose if you want to find the value of the polynomial p of 1, if you want to find p of 1, this in x minus 3, just to cut this x and you can give this value as 1. So 1 minus 3. What is 1 minus 3? 1 minus 3 is obviously it is minus 2. And if you want to find p of 3, if you want to find p of 3, so this become, actually this is the x minus 3, we cut this x as 3. X 3 also. So it is 3 minus 3. What is 3 minus 3? 0.
0.
So if x is equal to 3, the entire value of the polynomial become as 0. So we can say that this 3 is the 0 of the polynomial. So we can say that this 3 is the 0 of the polynomial. 3 is a 0. Don't imagine like this way. 3 is equal to 0. That is wrong actually. That is wrong. If you're thinking like this way, that's absolutely wrong. That's absolute wrong. 3 not equal to 3 is equal to 0. No, I am saying that 3 is the 0 of this polynomial. Okay, 3 is the 0 of this p
So
of
can you
x.
explain again?
What?
So can you explain again?
Yeah, okay. Look, right now. So neither p of x is equal to x plus 7. When the entire value, for which value of the variable, the entire value become as 0. Look, if you took this x as minus 7, you take it as this x as minus 7, minus 7 plus 7. Okay, minus 7 plus 7 is equal to what? 0. Okay,
Yes.
neither minus 7 plus 7 is equal to 0. You can say that this negative 7 is 0 of this polynomial. Negative 7 is the 0 of this polynomial. That is known as the 0 of the polynomial. Okay, look, Nathan, you want to say the answer? P of x is equal to P of x is equal to x minus 100. So what will be the value of what will be the zeros of the polynomial?
100.
For what value? Something minus 100 is equal to 0. What is this? What's the number you want to write in the box? Nathan?
100, sir, hello?
Yeah, 100. Yes, that's correct. 100. You want to write 100 here. 100 minus 100 is 0. So you can say that 100 is the 0 of this polynomial. 100 is the 0 of this polynomial. Clear, right? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. This is not as this is the meaning of the 0. Okay, this is the meaning of the 0. So if it is a linear polynomial, suppose this is a linear polynomial x minus 6, you will get only one value for the x, that is 6. 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. Suppose if we are considering a quadratic polynomial, example, x square minus 4. If you put this -2 for the value -2 square, what is -2 square? -2 square minus 4. -2 square is equal to 4 minus 4. That is equal to 0. If you're considering the +2, that is 2 minus 2. That is all 2 square minus 4 is equal to 0. That is 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So you can say that -2 and +2 are zeros of this polynomial. So for a degree 2 angle, if the degree is 2, you will get 2 value for x. If degree is 1, you will get 1 value for x. If degree is 100, Zara, how many value for x?
Yes, sir.
If the degree of the polynomial is 100, then how many value for x?
100 value.
100 value. And you look here. Here the degree is 1. Degree is 1. Degree is 1. So you will get only one value. Here x square, the degree is 2. Degree is 2. Degree 2 ആയതുകൊണ്ട് you will get two value, -2 and +2. It's not confusion like I know. Someone have confusion. You look at p of x is equal to x square minus 9. So how you can find the value of x? Just write x square minus 9 is equal to 0. Just write like this way. X square minus 9 is equal to 0. Then take this -9 to that side. You will get x square is equal to -9 become as positive. X square is equal to 9. X is equal to √9. That is x is equal to plus or minus 3. So if you put plus 3 square minus 9, like this way, plus 3 square minus 9. 3 square is equal to 9, 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. If you consider the x as -3 square minus 9, that is also 9 minus 9, 0. So, Tamim, etra value x? How many value for x?
11.
2 value.
Yeah.
2 value,
Two.
-3 and +3. So degree 1 ആണെങ്കിൽ they ask this question. A polynomial with degree n has dash zeros. How many zeros? n0. അല്ലേ അക്കന?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A polynomial with degree n has how many zeros? n0. A polynomial with degree n has n zeros, right? Okay, then 100% sure question, and they will ask this type of the question: how many zeros? Look how many zeros. Okay, so you can write the answer. You want to check how many times it's cut the x-axis, that much zeros for this one. Okay, here it cut only one place, so you will get 1 0. Question is how many value you will get for this one x now. Here it cut at 2 point, so answer is 2. Here it cut x-axis on 3 point, so 3 zeros. Here only 1 point, so 1 0. Here you can consider the 1, so 1 0. Here 1 2 3 4, so the answer is 4 0. Okay, and the answer is 4 0.
So can you repeat again?
I will repeat again. The question sometimes they will ask question. What's the name of that athlete? Javelin throw athlete name. What's the name? What's the Neeraj Chopra? Someone here?
Yes,
Neeraj Chopra.
Neeraj Chopra. Right? Yes, Neeraj Chopra. Okay, Neeraj Chopra. Hmm. This is the shape of the. This is the transitory motion. I think it's like that. Neeraj Chopra and this is the path of the javelin. Suppose it's the path of the javelin, and here it is 0, and here it is -1, -2, and this is -3 and -4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 5. The question is how many zeros? The question is how many. The question is how many zeros. Only the figure is given, how many zeros and which are the zeros. Okay, so you want to check it where it cut the x-axis. The x is always lying. X is the x. Suppose you have a x after the breakup, x is lying on the bed. So the x is always lying. Why standing? Remember, Nathan. Okay. X is the horizontal way. X is horizontal and y is vertical. The y is vertical. Our question is how many zeros? This is the graph. The red color is the graph. How many times it crossed the x-axis? How many times it crossed the x-axis? Here 1. Here also 1. So what is the number here? -4. And what is the number here? 5. So the answer is 2 zeros. And zeros are, which are the zeros? Nathan?
-4 and
Which are
5.
the zeros? Yeah, this is 1. -4 and 5. The zeros are -4 and 5. Look the next question. No need, right? Suppose this is -4 and this is 1 and this is 7. So my question to Nathan, how many zeros and which are the zeros?
3 zeros are there, -4, 1 and 7.
-4, 1 and 7. Gaya, you are there, Gaya?
Yes, sir.
How many zeros, Gaya?
3 zeros.
And which are the negative zeros?
-4.
Yeah, written positive zeros are 1 and 7. Then somebody in the question, they will ask the question, and we need to find the zeros also. This is the exercise 2.1 first question. How many zeros? In first question, look the first question. How many zeros? Arsha, how many zeros?
No zeros.
No zero because it not touch the x-axis. X-axis will touch it. In second question, Tamim, how many zeros?
Sir, 1 0.
1 0. And Akna, how many zero?
3 zeros.
3 0. Chris, you are there, Chris? How many zeros? Chris. 4 0. Okay. Then the next is the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. That is better. This is also very important, but they can actually start the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Relationship between zeros and coefficient. Relationship between zeros and coefficient. Look at polynomial. P of x is equal to 7x square plus 8x plus 3. And this is the x square. Okay. It's the term with the x square, and this is the term with the x, and this is the last term. This is the constant. In 7x square, in here, the 7x square, this 7 is known as the coefficient of x square. The 7 is known as the coefficient of x square. The 7 is known as the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of you can find a coefficient of x square. Just cut x square. What is remaining? That is the coefficient. And in 8x, 8 is known as the Ishane. 8 is the
coefficient of x.
Yes, 8 is known as the coefficient of x.
X.
And the last this and the last this 3. Rylon, this 3 is known as the Rylon. Rylon the camera or audio clear. Rylon, something happened to your mic. This is known as the constant. This is known as the constant. This is not coefficient. So there is a relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. There is a relationship between the zeros and coefficient. So relationship.
1 mark question is IT ചോദിക്കോ?
No. 3 mark question. They will ask 3 mark question. They
Relationship
will ask find the zeros and verify relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Question will be like that.
Ma'am, sorry.
Sometimes they
It seems like very easy അല്ലേ ഇത്? ഇതിന് 3 mark questions ഓ?
question I will explain how the question is coming. Look, P of x is equal to x square plus 6x plus 8. Question. If alpha and beta are zeros, find alpha and beta, then make a quadratic polynomial whose zeros are alpha square and beta square. The second one is 1 by alpha and 1 by beta. The third is alpha cube and beta cube. It's a 4 mark question.
അതൊക്കെ പക്ഷേ സാർ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് ബിറ്റ്വീൻ സീറോസ് ആൻഡ്
അത് മാത്രം ചോദിക്കില്ല. അതിന് സബ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ എന്തായാലും ഉണ്ടാവും. ജസ്റ്റ് അത് 1-2 മാർക്ക് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ മാക്സിമം, നോട്ട് 1 മാർക്ക് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. അത് അത്ര ഉണ്ടാവും. അത് ചോദിക്കാനുള്ള ചാൻസ് കൂടുതലും ഇങ്ങനെ തന്നെ ആയിരിക്കും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുക. ഇത് ഈ വേ ആയിരിക്കും ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കും കേട്ടോ. Otherwise, find the value of k, find the value of k, find the value of p, like that question they will come. Okay, look here. And what is the relationship between? So we don't know. We know that for a quadratic polynomial, we will get 2 value for the x. Suppose this is a quadratic. This general form of the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the general form of the quadratic polynomial. This is the general form of the quadratic polynomial. Definitely, we will get 2 value for the x because the degree is 2. The highest power of the variable is 2. So we will get 2 value for the x. Then the 2 values are known as the zeros of the polynomial. And let's suppose zeros are what is the zeros? Zeros means Nathan, what is mean by the zeros? Zeros means the value of the x. We will get 2 value for the x. The zeros are, we don't know which are the zeros, so we giving like this way. Alpha, the first zero is alpha and the second zero is beta. Okay, so these are the zeros, and the coefficient are this red, the green color are the coefficient. A is a coefficient, B is a coefficient. Obviously, the C is a constant. The C is a constant. A is the coefficient of x square. Look here, A is the coefficient of x square, B is the coefficient of x, and C is the constant, and the zeros are, and these are the 2 zeros. The zeros are alpha and beta. The zeros are alpha and beta are the zeros. There is a relationship between this alpha, beta, A, B, and C. The relationship is an important one. The relationship between the sum of the zeros. The first is the sum of the zeros. The sum of the zeros. The sum of the zeros known as alpha plus beta. And the next is the product of the zeros. Product of the zeros are known as alpha into beta. The sum of the zero is alpha plus beta, and the product of the zero is alpha and beta. If the zeros are alpha and beta, two value for the x, alpha plus beta is alpha plus the sum of the zeros. And Avantika, alpha beta no relationship between this. I ask Avantika. Avantika, you are there, Avantika?
Yes, sir.
Ashraya Avando. Ashraya is there?
Yes, sir.
Agna, Gaya. So the sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta, and the product of the zero is equal to alpha into beta. This alpha, beta, A, B, C are the relationship. Alpha plus beta is known as minus, just put a minus, then you want to write the coefficient of x, that is the b, divided by the coefficient of x squared, that is a. So this is alpha plus beta. So you can write alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. And alpha into beta is equal to, just write constant first, then divided by the coefficient of x squared. So this is known as the product of the zeros and coefficient. Alpha into beta is equal to c by a, and alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. So the mark at the top. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. That's negative is the problem. If suppose already we have a negative, we forget to put negative. So remember, first write this negative, then you want to check whether it's a b. Then so alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and alpha beta is equal to c by a. This is the sum of the zeros. Okay, sum of the zeros is equal to minus b by a, and the product of the zeros is equal to alpha into beta is equal to c by a. And question, you need to by heart these all things. Just to write alpha square plus beta square. It will be useful. Zara, any the alpha square plus beta square?
Alpha minus b by a.
Alpha plus beta whole square. How you can find alpha plus beta? Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 into alpha beta. Okay. Remember at all. Remember the important alpha square plus beta square is important. Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Next. Alpha cube plus beta cube. This is also important. How you can write? How you can find alpha cube? That's the equation. Important. Alpha cube plus beta cube. Alpha plus beta whole cube.
Sir, the alpha plus beta whole square, a plus b whole square equation 0.
Yes, same method, but different at all.
Okay.
Alpha cube plus beta cube is equal to alpha plus beta whole cube minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta. By heart, you want to by heart this one. What would be alpha square plus beta square? Alpha plus beta whole square, this one. Alpha plus beta whole square. Very important one. That much important. Alpha square plus beta square. Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Alpha cube plus beta.
മാം ഒരു ഇതെന്ത് തന്നിരുന്നു 2 ആൽഫ സ്ക്വയർ into beta 4 raised to 4 plus beta alpha 4 raised to 4 plus beta square. അതെ.
What is the common? Common is alpha square, beta square is common. If you took alpha square, beta square as the common, what is remaining here? Beta square is remaining here. And here, what is remaining? Plus alpha square is remaining here. So this is very easy to find alpha square, alpha beta whole square. And this part. This is same. Look. Alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 alpha beta. Tomorrow we can do the problem. Okay?
Okay, sir.
I will try to finish the chapter tomorrow. Okay? After we can I will try to finish the chapter tomorrow. Okay, so can we meet tomorrow? Use the same link to join. Okay, bye. Good night, all. Bye. Feel happy to see you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you, Gaya. Thank you,
Sir.
Zara. Yeah.
Thank you. Sir, actually, problems are not test paper. അല്ല ടെസ്റ്റ് പേപ്പർ നാളെ എക്സാമിന് എന്ത് ഫിഫ്റ്റിനാ ഈ പോളിനോമിയൽസ് നാളെ ടെസ്റ്റ് പേപ്പർ
എക്സാം എന്നാ വരുന്നത്
25th
20
5th
20 അതിന് മുമ്പ് തീർത്തില്ല ഞാൻ